UTRGV Volleyball. UTRGV Volleyball wraps up its first lap around the WAC today when it plays host to UMKC. UTRGV is coming off back-to-back wins, including a 3-0 pounding of Chicago State. UMKC, on the other hand, sits at 500, but took WAC-leading New Mexico State to the brink on Thursday. First half comes to a close today. It's UTRGV and UMKC, and it's coming up next. Welcome out to the UTRGV Fieldhouse. I'm Jonah Goldberg as we get ready for the start of today's match between the University of Texas Rio Grande Valley and the University of Missouri Kansas City. Well, it's the end of the first half of WAC play. UTRGV and UMKC are match number 7, and then you start the second half, the second lap. Everybody plays each other one more time. Last time out, UTRGV a 3-0 victory over Chicago State, and for the most part, match wasn't particularly close. 16-16, 14 were the set scores for Chicago State. Now, a big reason for UTRGV's success, hitting, and, well, more hitting. UTRGV hit .312 in that match, marking the 4th time UTRGV has hit over 300 in a match this season, and the 3rd time in WAC play. Now, UTRGV led by Ragni Sten-Knudsen. She hit .471, didn't make an error. 16 kills in 34 attacks. That's her career best hitting percentage. Great job for Knudsen. She was shocked when I told her after the match that she hadn't made an error. And of course, Bojana Mitrovic, her 6th double-double. Alicia Watson had a strong match as well. And that helps UTRGV to continue what is the best start in the NCAA Division I history of the program. Now with 14 wins, 5-0 at home, tied for the best NCAA D1 start in program history. And with a win today, UTRGV can break that record. 4 conference wins already with 8 to go. That ties the NCAA D1 program record for conference wins in a season, and for the 2nd year in a row, UTRGV has done just that. Well, now they face a UMKC squad that they've never beaten, and UMKC is coming off of a near miss at WAC leading and undefeated New Mexico State, taking the first 2 sets before New Mexico State came roaring back to win the final 3 and protect their home court and protect their undefeated record. So you know UMKC is coming in today with a little chip on their shoulder, and of course they return the 2014 WAC Player of the Year, Emma Hagedorn, who missed last season when she had a child. Congratulations to Hagedorn on that. But now she's back and playing like the WAC Player of the Year we know she can be. We'll take a timeout. Coming up on the pregame show, we'll chat with UTRGV head coach Todd Lowry. You're watching UTRGV Volleyball.
At Church's, get the $4 big box with 2 pieces of mixed chicken plus small mashed potatoes, small coleslaw, and a scratch-made honey butter biscuit for just $4. So hurry in for our $4 big box. We'll make the $5 offers seem like side orders. For the love of chicken.
On the field,
in the pool,
on the court.
we wear our game faces under the lights.
But sometimes our toughest opponents aren't wearing a uniform.
Instead, we confront them internally.
Mental illness affects 1 in 4 adults in the United States.
Suicide is the 2nd leading cause of death among college students.
If you or someone you know is fighting a silent battle, please speak up and ask for help.
You are not alone.
No, I didn't make that purchase. Someone must have my card number. So I can pick up a new debit card right now? Thank you. All right, everyone, follow me.
Coach, the gym is that way.
Okay, everyone, do some squats.
Come on. This may take a while. Here's your card.
Thank you.
Instant issue debit cards. Security, convenience, together.
Well, that was fast.
Wells Fargo. Together we'll go far.
Where next? The dentist?
A men's basketball team looking to thrive under a Final Four coach. A women's basketball team that has achieved back-to-back postseason appearances. Are you ready to elevate? Cheer the UTRGV men's and women's basketball teams to victory by getting your season tickets today. For more information, log on to goutrgv.com.
This is the Acura of the RGV point of view.
Find the best way to do things and do it.
Take no shortcuts.
Boring is boring. We don't do boring. Thanks, dear.
Challenge the norm at every level.
Listen to your customers.
Dream big.
This is what smart luxury looks like.
Acura of the RGV in San Juan.
San Juan. What a pretty name for a town. Acura of the RGV. We are not like the other guys.
We strive to achieve excellence through determination and hard work.
We are committed to learning from those around us,
our professors and peers,
our coaches and teammates,
and our opponents.
We compete with integrity and passion.
And we seize our moment when the opportunity arises.
We take pride in our communities.
And believe that we can inspire others
just as they can inspire us.
We may wear different colors, but we share the same purpose. We learn, we compete, we inspire.
We are
the Western Athletic Conference.
Welcome back out to the UTRGV Fieldhouse. It's the Coach's Corner. Jonah Goldberg with UTRGV head coach Todd Lowry. And coach, you come back home, and as per usual, your team rolling again. The huge win over Texas A&M Corpus Christi, and then the sweep of WAC opponent Chicago State.
Yeah, nice to get back home. And I mean, as the season's going along in the WAC, it's really playing out who's going to be able to win on the road. You know, so we have to make sure that we take care of our home court like everybody else is doing right now in the WAC, and then, you know, we got to go out next weekend and we got to get some wins on the road.
What causes such a home court advantage? 5-0 at home now.
I mean, I think here our crowd's been great, you know, and the girls are playing off that, feeding off of that, and you know, the travel's tough in the WAC. I mean, I think that plays definitely a part of it, but you know, travel from Corpus to here, not so much of a factor. So I think a lot of it is just the girls feeling excited and playing together and in front of the home crowd.
Now in front of the home crowd, your team hit over 300 for the 4th time this season, last time out, and the 3rd time in WAC play.
We'll take it, you know. You know, we've just been, people have been having to pick and choose, you know, as we've gone along in the WAC. You know, Seattle, you know, Boyana goes without a hitting error for 24 kills against Seattle, and then Ragney goes 16 kills with no error against Chicago State the other night, and Lisha, I think, went 22 kills on 1 error here at home. So when people are picking and choosing, I think we're doing a better job of figuring out what teams are doing and making in-game adjustments and kind of exploiting what they're having to give us.
It's impressive. There's always somebody who's picking up a lot of stats. I mean, you have 3 players averaging over 3 kills per set. There aren't a lot of teams in the nation that can boast that.
Yeah, you know, we're a lot more balanced this year, and our setters are doing a good job of distributing the ball, and you know, we got to find a way to get the middles a little bit more involved. We'd like to see that to help out with the block, but the 3 on the antennas have been doing a great job so far.
Now, you mentioned your setters, and you recently added a new setters coach, Erica Adachi. What can she bring to this program?
Already we're seeing the benefits of her working with the setters, fixing some small technical things that we've known have been there, and I think the girls are just really confident in what she's telling them, and that gives them confidence on the court. You know, they're coming in and working extra every day, and they're starting to see doing things the right way or are producing results on the court. And you know, we still got 35 days left for them to get better before the WAC tournament.
Now, when you're picking who to set up today, you know, you're one of the best hitting teams in the WAC, and you take on one of the best teams at limiting opponents hitting. So is there anything you have to do differently?
You know, we got to see what they're going to give us. You know, they do a good job of putting together blocking schemes according to who they're playing. They did some nice things against New Mexico State the other night, and they've done some nice things against Utah Valley and Seattle. So we got to see what they're going to give us and see if we can make those changes within the match.
Can you look at last year's matches at all for a guy? I mean, they're kind of different. No more Taryn Miller. Emma Hagedorn's back.
I think they're completely different. They still run similar scheme-wise, but I think the personnel is different, and we got to find a way to beat them.
All right, Coach, thanks a lot and good luck.
Thank you.
That was UTRGV head coach Todd Lowry. That'll do it for the Coach's Corner. We'll take a timeout. When we come back, we're going to have your starting lineups, and we'll have your opening serve. You're watching UTRGV Volleyball.
At Church's, get the $4 big box with with 2 pieces of mixed chicken plus small mashed potatoes, small coleslaw, and a scratch-made honey butter biscuit for just $4. So hurry in for our $4 big box. We'll make the $5 offers seem like side orders. For the love of chicken.
On the field,
in the pool,
on the court.
We wear our game faces under the lights.
But sometimes our toughest opponents aren't wearing a uniform.
Instead, we confront them internally.
Mental illness affects 1 in 4 adults in the United States.
Suicide is the second leading cause of death among college students.
If you or someone you know is fighting a silent battle, please speak up and ask for help.
You are not alone.
No, I didn't make that purchase. Someone must have my card number. So I can pick up a new debit card right now? Thank you. All right, everyone, follow me.
But coach, the gym is that way.
Okay, everyone, do some squats.
Come on. This may take a while. Here's your card.
Thank you.
Instant issue debit cards. Security, convenience, together.
Well, that was fast.
Wells Fargo. Together we'll go far.
Where next? The dentist?
A men's basketball team looking to thrive under a Final Four coach. A women's basketball team that has achieved back-to-back postseason appearances. Are you ready to elevate? Cheer the UTRGV men's and women's basketball teams to victory by getting your season tickets today. For more information, log on to GoUTRGV.com.
This is the Acura of the RGV point of view.
Find the best way to do things and do it.
Take no shortcuts.
Boring is boring. We don't do boring. Thanks, dear.
Challenge the norm at every level.
Listen to your customers.
Dream big.
This is what smart luxury looks like.
Acura of the RGV in San Juan.
San Juan. What a pretty name for a town. Acura of the RGV. We are not like the other guys.
We strive to achieve excellence through determination and hard work.
We are committed to learning from those around us,
Our professors and peers.
our coaches and teammates,
And our opponents.
we compete with integrity and passion.
And we seize our moment when the opportunity arises.
We take pride in our communities.
And believe that we can inspire others.
Just as they can inspire us.
We may wear different colors, but we share the same purpose.
We learn, we compete, we inspire.
We are
The Western Athletic Conference.
Back we are at the UTRGV Fieldhouse. Jonah Goldberg with you. So we get ready for the start of UTRGV and UMKC Volleyball. They're announcing the starters. We'll do the same. And let's start with visiting UMKC. Starting on the outside, a 6-foot freshman out of Cedar Falls, Iowa, number 4, Alicia Harrington. A 5'11 senior out of Lee Summit, Missouri, number 10, Madison Mosier. And a 6-foot junior out of Bettendorf, Iowa, number 11, Devin Porter. In the middle, a 6'2 redshirt senior out of Parkville, Missouri, number 6, Emma Hagedorn. And a 6'3 freshman out of Des Moines, Iowa, number 13, Michael Sadler. At center, a 5'9 senior out of Sumner, Iowa, number 2, Kaylin Brandt. And the libero, a 5'5 junior out of Omaha, Nebraska, number 3, Adacia Bromberger. Head coach of UMKC is Christy Posey, assisted by Trent Jones, Kalani Rose, Taylor Johnson, and Terrence Swinney. UMKC enter this match with a record of 10-9. They're 3-3 in the WAC, coming off of a 5-set loss at New Mexico State. As for host UTRGV, starting on the outside, a 5'9 sophomore out of Myrie, Norway, number 1, Ragni Sten Knudsen. 5'9 senior out of Round Rock, Texas, number 2, Alicia Watson. And a 6'1 junior out of Novi Sad, Serbia, co-captain, number 23, Bojana Mitrovic. In the middle, a 5'10 sophomore out of Elotes, Texas, number 3, co-captain, Alexandra Ecker. And a 5'11 freshman out of Sao Paulo, Brazil, number 12, Barbara Silva. The setter, a 5'9 junior out of Uzi, Serbia, number 8, Tina Sekulic. And a 5'10 senior out of Dakar, Senegal. The libero is number 6, Fatamata Da Costa. Head coach of UTRGV in his second season is Todd Lowry, assisted by Vinny Bygun and Erica Dachi. UTRGV enters this match with a record of 14-7, 4-2 in the WAC, winners of 2 in a row. The officials for today's contest: Brian Gibbs, the first referee; Jose Fernandez, the second referee. The keys to the match: feed the Boyonic woman. Mitrovic averaging about 5 kills, 3 digs, and a block in 8 career sets against UMKC. Hey, something's got to give. UMKC leads the WAC in hitting, 256, but UTRGV ranks second in lowest opponent's hitting percentage at 162, and the MVP returns. 2014 WAC Player of the Year, Emma Hagedorn, returns after a year off and hasn't missed a beat. Leads the WAC in hitting percentage by a lot, 97 points at 443, while averaging nearly 3 kills per set. Tina Sekulic serving for UTRGV, and an ace opens up the match. UTRGV in the orange tops, gray bottoms. UMKC in the blue tops, black bottoms. UTRGV on the right, UMKC on the left. Another short serve for Sekulic, and she digs it out. Da Costa sets it up, Mitrovic from the back row. Now it's sent back forward by Bromberger. Now the attack. Mitrovic, first hit, Sekulic. Now it's Watson on the attack. Da Costa keeps it up. Sekulic for Knutson on the outside, goes to the right. It's kept alive by Harrington. Harrington will get the third touch as well. Mitrovic, Sekulic dumps it over and down. Tina Sekulic providing the early offense. UTRGV scores on the first 2 serves. Serving once again, and this one just a little too short. It hits into the net, and UMKC gets their first serve of the match. Brianna Starr in for Alicia Harrington. Starr to serve. Starr started the last match at New Mexico State at Libero. Senior out of Blue Springs, Missouri. Watson on the attack, and it goes out. Ties the set at 2. Starr back to serve once again. Gets airborne. Sekulic sets up Ecker for the kill. UTRGV back on top. Agni Sten Knutson back to serve. Knutson coming off of an incredible match. Led everybody with 16 kills. Didn't make an error in 34 attacks. Career high 471 hitting in the sweep of Chicago State on Thursday. Mitrovic. Dug out by Bromberger. That attack gets down for Mosier to tie the set up. First point that UMKC has gone on its own, as their first 2 were on UTRGV errors. Serve into net by Bromberger. UTRGV takes over.
Now serving for UTRGV, number 3, Alexandra Ecker.
Alexandra Ecker back to serve. First hit by Bromberger, the set by Brandt, and the kill from Hagedorn. Ties the set again. Ecker to the bench, Da Costa back in. Silva, Sekulic, Watson front row, Da Costa, Knutson, Mitrovic back row for UTRGV. Mosier to the bench area for UMKC as Reagan Spiegel is in to serve. Freshman out of Savannah, Missouri. Serves it out. UTRGV on top again.
Now entering for UTRGV, number 10, Dubrovka Bukoya. For number 8, Tina Sekulic, serving for UTRGV.
Alicia Watson back to serve for UTRGV. And that is what we in the business call an ace. Watson's 112th career ace. She's 3 away from pulling into a tie for 3rd most in NCAA D1 program history. She's now 2 away from pulling into 3rd. Back-to-back aces for Watson. That's 3 aces for UTRGV among their first 7 points. Sekulic opened the match with an ace. UTRGV's lead is 3. This one dug out by Starr. Attack from Hagedorn. Picks up her 2nd kill. It's a 2-point set. Barbara Tyus Krug in for Watson. play a little back row. Devin Porter, the Georgia transfer, back to serve. Ace. Porter, a big reason for UMKC's success this season. Averaging about 3 kills and 2 digs per set.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, don't forget tomorrow afternoon, 1 o'clock, UTRGV Women's Soccer will wrap up their regular season homestand. We hope that you can come out and join us 1 o'clock at the UTRGV Soccer and Track and Field Complex.
1 point set, Porter back to serve. Knudsen, Vakoya. Now it's Mitrovic on the attack. Kept up by Bromberger. The setup by Brandt. The attack from the left side, Harrington. Ties the set at 7. 3 in a row for UMKC. Porter serves that one into the net.
Now serving for UTRGV, number 23, Boyana.
Last season at Porter averaged 1.3 kills per set and 1.1 digs per set at Georgia. Mitrovic with the high. Is she over the line? Well, Coach Bygun doesn't think so. And the line judge is being beckoned over by the head official. Coach Bygon was animated that Mitrovic did not step over the line. On review, they decided that she did. Here, I'm looking at a replay right now. I don't think so. I rewound it on the YouTube stream to take another look. And that's an ace. UMKC takes the lead. To me, it looked like Mitrovic got airborne before going over the line, but Knudsen with the kill, ties the set at 9.
Now serving for UTRGV, number 12, Barbara Silva.
That one's not coming back. 10-9 UTRGV. Barbara Silva to serve once again. Down the middle from Sadler. And we're tied again. UTRGV with 4 aces now in this match. The one from Silva, 2 from Watson, 1 from Sekulic. Silva to the bench area. Down it goes. Mosier makes it 11-10. Knudsen, Vakoya sets up Mitrovic on the back row. Got it. Sekulic and Watson in for Vakoya and Krug. Sekulic pops it forward and sent right back down by Sadler. UMKC again with the lead. Acker found a perfect downward angle and ties the set at 12. Knudsen back to serve, a deep one. Starr, set up by Brandt, tossed over Mosier. Mitrovic, sent back, DaCosta spinning around Sekulic. Now it's Watson. Nice dive to keep it up. Porter can't tap it over. UTRGV regains the lead. Knudsen serving, sent forward by Bromberger. Now the attack down from Porter. DaCosta for Sekulic. Now it's Mitrovic. But first the whistle. Double hit. Ties the set at 13. Bromberger serving. Mitrovic. Knudsen. Mitrovic on the attack. Got it. UTRGV regains the lead.
Now serving for UTRGV number 3,
Alexandra Ecker back to serve. Brings it up short. Hagedorn gets it through Silva's block. Ties it at 14. Spiegel in to serve. Mosier to the bench area. Mitrovic, Sekulic sets up Silva, who slams it down. UTRGV leads 15-14 as we hit a media timeout. We'll step aside. You're watching UTRGV Volleyball.
A men's basketball team looking to thrive under a Final Four coach. A women's basketball team that has achieved back-to-back postseason appearances. Are you ready to elevate? Cheer the UTRGV men's and women's basketball teams to victory by getting your season tickets today. For more information, log on to goutrgv.com.
No, I didn't make that purchase. Someone must have my card number. So I can pick up a new debit card right now? Thank you. All right, everyone, follow me.
Coach, the gym is that way.
Okay, everyone, do some squats.
Come on. This may take a while. Here's your card.
Thank you.
Instant issue debit cards. Security, convenience, together.
Well, that was fast.
Wells Fargo. Together we'll go far.
Where next? The dentist?
Back we are at the UTRGV Fieldhouse. Jonah Goldberg riding with you. Set number one, UTRGV a 15-14 lead over UMKC. Hitting percentages are high in the early going. UTRGV hitting 375, UMKC hitting 438. UTRGV keeps opponents on average to about 160 hitting, 168 I think. UMKC having their way early. Emma Hagedorn, 3 kills and 3 attacks. UTRGV has Ecker and Mitrovic with 2 kills each. Brandt with the setup. And the kill from Hagedorn for 4th. Ties the setup. Watson back to the bench. Krug in. Play the back row. DaCosta. Makoya dumps it over. Good decision there to give UTRGV the lead. It's the first dump we've seen today. Mitrovic back to serve. Sends it up. Gets airborne. Brandt with the setup. And this one gets through the block to again tie the set. It's been that kind of match so far, folks. Largest lead anybody's had was 3. UTRGV was up 7-4, but otherwise it's been tight back and forth action. Acosta, Bacoya sets it up. Knudsen steps forward with a little tapper, kept up by Grant. Now comes to the left side for Harrington. Mitrovic for Bacoya. Silva off the blockers. Now from the outside, Harrington sent right back forward. Bacoya sends it over. Brandt into the middle for Sadler. A nice pancake, and Mitrovic gets it over. UTRGV back in system. Brandt tosses it. Mitrovic for Bacoya. Now Knudsen on the attack, a little short. And UMKC takes the lead. Grant back to serve. Knudsen, Bacoya, Knudsen again, ties the set up at 17.
Now serving for UTRGV, number 12, Barbara Silva.
Silva serving for UTRGV. Attack from Harrington. Silva forward. Bacoya sets up Knudsen. Off of Spiegel, high in the air. Brandt able to get under it. The back row attack from Morey. Off the blockers. Knudsen again. Thrown up by Porter. Bacoya with the setup. Knudsen. And this one is not coming back. A lot of power behind that swing. 2 in a row for UTRGV to regain the lead. Silva jump float. Little tapper from Sadler. Knudsen. Got it!
Now serving for UTRGV, number 12, Barbara Silva. Ladies and gentlemen.
And UMKC decides to call for a time out. Well, the first major institution of the 21st century, the University of Texas Rio Grande Valley, or UTRGV, is in its second year of existence after being formed from legacy institutions UT Pan American and UT Brownsville. The creation of UTRGV is a transformative one, as it gives these campuses access to permanent university funding for the first time, which is allowing for the creation of new buildings and a medical school that held its first classes about a month and a half ago. For more information on UTRGV, you can visit utrgv.edu. Well, UTRGV and UMKC locked in a tight one here in the first set. 3 straight kills by Knudsen have allowed UTRGV to come back from down 1 to take a 2-point lead. Largest lead by anybody today was 7-4 UTRGV. Since then, it's been basically 1 point here, 1 point there. Even seeing a 2-point lead seems monumental right now, just the way these two teams have been playing. Really fighting for every single point. Barbara Silva back to serve once again. Has herself an ace today, one of 4 UTRGV aces, along with 1 for Sekulic and 2 for Watson. Silva, Krug, Mitrovic back row, Ecker, Knudsen, Bacoya front row. Brandt sets up Harrington into the net. And UTRGV's lead is 3. That's 4 in a row for UTRGV. Silva scrapes the net. Fromberger digs it out, and Brandt just dumps it over. Make it a 2-point set and get UMKC the serve back. Brandt heads back. Bacoya with the setup. Mitrovic on the attack. from the outside. This one going far, and Krug will never get there. And it is a 1-point set. Coach Lowry, or no, Coach Bigan has been issued a yellow card. And he has this look of exasperation on his face. As the set gets tied up. Bukoya for Knudsen, sent right back by Brandt. Knudsen at the net, keeps it up. Now on the attack is Mosier. Nice job by Mitrovic to get it back over. Brandt taps it up, sent back. Brandt again, this time the outside. Harrington, Knudsen, Bukoya. Mitrovic tosses it forward. Tossed back. Brandt with a setup for Harrington. Da Costa. Now it's Bukoya in the middle. Here comes Knudsen. She gets stuffed. And UMKC scores 4 in a row of its own to regain a 1-point lead. Kaylin Brandt serving. Krug forward for Bukoya. Now it's Knudsen on the attack. Hits it out. UMKC has a 2-point lead. No. I may have hit the antenna. Well, no, that wouldn't have done it. It may have hit a UMKC player on the way out. So it's actually a tie set at 21. So give the kill to Knudsen. Block error to Mosier. That's a big swing. And Mosier responds with a kill. UMKC again on top. Brianna Starr back to serve. Da Costa, Sekulic, Knudsen pushes it down. Ties the set at 22. Ragni Sten Knudsen serves it low and into the net. UMKC with the lead again, and now the break point. With a point, UMKC can get to set point, but if UTRGV scores here, we'll be tied again. Bromberger serves it out. Ties the set at 23. Da Costa to the bench area. Silva is in the front row. With Mitrovic and Watson, it's Sekulic, Knudsen, and Ecker in the back row. Ecker serving. Serves it up short. Brandt. The attack from Hagedorn kept up. Mitrovic. Nice dive by Starr. From the outside, it's Porter with the floater. And UMKC has set point. Da Costa back in for Ecker. A must-win serve for UTRGV. Otherwise, UMKC takes the lead. Spiegel to serve for UMKC. Knudsen, Sekulic, sets up Mitrovic, got it! Ties the set at 24. Sekulic to the bench area, Bukoya is in. Look for the dump. Bukoya loves to do that late in sets. Brandt sets up Porter, blocked by Sylvan. Bukoya kept up. Porter again. Mitrovic. Bukoya sets it up. Mitrovic from the outside with a floater. It's swiped at, and UTRGV gets the point after a double hit by UMKC. And now it's set point for UTRGV. Fans throw their V's up, but first, UMKC calls for timeout. They use their second timeout. Well, if you want to help prepare our student athletes for excellence in life, then it's time to become a part of something bigger and support V Nation by joining the V Club. You can become a member of the V Club for just $100 a year. All of the proceeds go directly to student athlete scholarships. So visit GoUTRGV.com today. See how you can make a meaningful impact on the lives of student athletes. Well, UTRGV done out of the huddle quickly. They often are. And ready to go. UMKC probably use every second of this 75-second timeout. Make sure they're rested and know what the plan is. Going into a must-win serve. Christy Posey in no rush. You know, she's really turned things around at UMKC, a team that only had one winning season in 24 seasons before she got there. But after Posey took the helm in 2011, how about 4 winning seasons? Coach Posey has made a difference there. UTRGV fans hoping Coach Lowry is making the same type of difference here. So far, so good. An RPI of 132 entering the week. It'll be even higher next week after the win over Corpus. And already 14 wins. Alicia Watson back to serve on set point. Baumgartner in the air. Bromberger, I should say. UMKC wins the point. It ties the set at 25. Matthias Krug in. Alicia Watson to the bench area. So Krug, Da Costa, and Knudsen back row. Mitrovic, Silva, Vakoya front row. Porter back to serve. Krug, Vakoya, Mitrovic blocked and out. Set point UTRGV. Mitrovic sends it up. Dumped over by Brandt. Mitrovic is there. Vakoya. Now Knudsen. Out. Tied at 26. Emma Hagedorn back to serve. Serves it out. Set point UTRGV. Barbara Silva with an ace today, looking to finish it up on set point. Porter from the back row into the net, and that's how the first set ends. UTRGV, a 28-26 winner. Well, this is a sign of things to come. This is going to be a heck of a match. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll take a break. UTRGV up 1-0. You're watching UTRGV Volleyball.
At Church's, get the $4 Big Box with 2 pieces of mixed chicken plus small mashed potatoes, small coleslaw, and a scratch-made honey butter biscuit for just $4. So hurry in for our $4 Big Box. We'll make the $5 offers seem like side orders. For the love of chicken.
On the field,
In the pool,
on the court.
we wear our game faces under the lights.
But sometimes our toughest opponents aren't wearing a uniform.
Instead, we confront them internally.
Mental illness affects 1 in 4 adults in the United States.
Suicide is the second leading cause of death among college students.
If you or someone you know is fighting a silent battle, please speak up and ask for help.
You are not alone.
No, I didn't make that purchase. Someone must have my card number. So I can pick up a new debit card right now? Thank you. All right, everyone, follow me.
But coach, the gym is that way.
Okay, everyone, do some squats.
Come on. This may take a while. Here's your card.
Thank you.
Instant issue debit cards. Security, convenience, together.
Well, that was fast.
Wells Fargo. Together we'll go far.
Where next? The dentist?
A men's basketball team looking to thrive under a Final Four coach. A women's basketball team that has achieved back-to-back postseason appearances. Are you ready to elevate? Cheer the UTRGV men's and women's basketball teams to victory by getting your season tickets today. For more information, log on to goutrgv.com.
This is the Acura of the RGV point of view.
Find the best way to do things and do it.
Take no shortcuts.
Boring is boring. We don't do boring. Thanks, dear.
Challenge the norm at every level.
Listen to your customers.
Dream big.
This is what smart luxury looks like.
Acura of the RGV in San Juan.
San Juan. What a pretty name for a town. Acura of the RGV. We are not like the other guys.
We strive to achieve excellence through determination and hard work.
We are committed to learning from those around us,
our professors and peers,
our coaches and teammates,
and our opponents.
We compete with integrity and passion.
And we seize our moment when the opportunity arises.
We take pride in our communities.
And believe that we can inspire others
just as they can inspire us.
We may wear different colors, but we share the same purpose. We learn, we compete, we inspire.
We are
the Western Athletic Conference.
Back we are at the UTRGV Fieldhouse. Jonah Goldberg with you. UTRGV takes set 1, 28-26. UMKC led by Emma Hagedorn. 6 kills, 8 attacks, no errors, 750 hitting. Mosier's got 4 kills on 444 hitting, no errors for her either. 2 for Sadler, 1 each. Porter, Harrington, and Brandt, who also has 12 assists, 4 digs for Bromberger, 2 blocks each. Sadler and Mosier. UMKC is hitting 273 to UTRGV's 262. UTRGV led by Ragni Sten-Knudsen, 6 kills, 2 digs. Bojana Mitrovic, 5 kills without an error for 357 hitting and already 8 digs. 2 kills for Ecker, 1 each for Sekulic, Silva, and Vakoya. Vakoya 8 assists to Sekulic's 5, 6 digs for Da Costa. Switch sides of the court, UMKC in the blue on the right, UTRGV in the orange on the left. And the first point of the second set goes to UTRGV. It was effectively an over ball, as it went right back on the first hit. Knudsen to serve, and that is an ace. Ace number 5 of the day for UTRGV. Knudsen with her jump float. Bromberger sends it forward. Now sent down by Sadler. Make it 2-1. At only 2 points in the first set did anybody lead by 3. It was both times UTRGV, 7-4 in 2017. It was generally within 1 though. It certainly was down the stretch. After UMKC regained the lead at 21-20, it was always within 1 or tied until UTRGV won it. And what can best be described as extra time.
Now serving for UTRGV number 3,
Alexandra Ecker back to serve. A little moisture on the floor. UTRGV takes care of that. Now, UTRGV winning the first set against UMKC. They've won a set against UMKC before. They've never won 2. Looking for their first ever win against UMKC. This is the 7th meeting all time. All since UTRGV joined the WAC. This is year 4. Watson on the attack. Brandt from Hagedorn, and the ball hits the table and goes a few rows up. See, the industrious award-winning writer Dennis Silva from our local paper, The Monitor, he's sitting to my right today. He often sits to my left. Had he been in his normal position, he would no longer have a laptop. Just imagine if he was using his tablet today, it would have been destroyed. Brandt sets it up, and before the touch, a double hit, so UTRGV gets the point. That's why before the match I said, you know, you sit on my right today. I knew. You can thank Brian Smith for her having other commitments today, for leaving that seat open for you today, Dennis. Make sure you check out Dennis' story in the Monitor in the morning or on themonitor.com. Heck of a rider. Spiegel gets airborne. And Silva hits it out. Set tied at 5. Bukoya sets up Mitrovic. She gets stuffed. Hagedorn and Branton on that one. Spiegel serves it into the net. And we're tied at 6. Mitrovic sends it high and gets airborne. And keeps it just in. That makes 6 aces for UTRGV today. Mitrovic again into the net. Porter serves it out. UTRGV regains the lead.
Now serving for UTRGV, number 12, Barbara Silva.
Barbara Silva back to serve for UTRGV. Brandt sets it up, and Harrington sends it down. Ties it at 8.
Now serving for the Rouge, number 6, Emma Hagedorn.
Knudsen. That's not returnable. It's 9-8.
Now entering for UTRGV, number 8, Tina Sekulic, for number 10, Dubrovka Bukoya, number 2, Alicia Watson, for number 7, Barbara Krug.
Sekulic and Watson in for Krug and Bukoya. Sekulic serves to the front row. Watson on the attack. Got it! Well, Alicia Watson loves playing in front of the home crowd. Averaging 14 kills per match at home. Into the net.
Now serving for UTRGV, number 1, Agnes Knudsen.
Attack from Sadler. Makes it a 2-point set. Down it goes, but kept alive. That's not coming back. 1-point set. Sekulic for Ecker, kept up by Bromberger. Now the attack from Porter. Sekulic, and now it's Knudsen for Watson. Off the net, so that's going to be... Oh, it was touched on the way. So UTRGV gets the point. Makes it 13-11.
UT.
14-11.
Now serving for UTRGV, number 3,
Alexandra Ecker back to serve. Pushed forward, Brandt sets it up for Porter. Knudsen with the spinning dig. Sekulic for Mitrovic off the blockers. Bromberger, now the attack from Mosier. Ecker. Watson into the net.
now serving for the Rouge, number 3, Adasia Bromberg.
Sekulic for Silva, and UTRGV takes a 15-12 lead as we hit a media timeout. UTRGV already up 1-0 in the match. Let's step aside. You're watching UTRGV Volleyball.
A men's basketball team looking to thrive under a Final Four coach. A women's basketball team that has achieved back-to-back postseason appearances. Are you ready to elevate? Cheer the UTRGV men's and women's basketball teams to victory by getting your season tickets today. For more information, log on to goutrgv.com.
This is the Acura of the RGV point of view.
Find the best way to do things and do it.
Take no shortcuts.
Boring is boring. We don't do boring. Thanks, dear.
Challenge the norm at every level.
Listen to your customers.
Dream big.
This is what smart luxury looks like.
Acura of the RGV in San Juan.
San Juan. What a pretty name for a town. Acura of the RGV. We are not like the other guys.
Back we are at the UTRGV Fieldhouse. Alongside nobody. I'm Jonah Goldberg. Brian Smith on assignment today. He'll be back next homestand. 15-12, UTRGV leads set 2 after taking the first set 28-26. Alicia Watson back to serve for UTRGV. Porter, Brandt. From the back row, it's Starr. Mitrovic gets stuffed in the net by Hagedorn and Mosier. Oh, Hagedorn had the NCAA Play of the Week last week with a hard kill against CSU Bakersfield. Bojana Mitrovic was nominated after the last homestand for NCAA Play of the Week. You can check out the nominees on the NCAA Volleyball Facebook page every, I think, Tuesday. Nominations get made on Mondays. Mitrovic on the attack. Got it. UTRGV's lead is 3, ties for the largest of the match. looking for that elusive 4-point lead. And there it is. UTRGV up 17-13. The amount of power that has to be behind the serve for it to literally pop off a Bromberger to the other side and out is calculable, but it would take a very good calculator. Silva blocked by Brandt, keeps it up. Mitrovic pushed back. Krug, Mitrovic goes backward, got to get it over here, and Bukoya does just that. Bromberger, Brandt, the attack from Hagedorn gets down. And it's a 3-point set again. Is that 7 aces for UTRGV today? Knudsen. Harrington for Mitrovic. Bukoya gets stopped by Harrington. Two-point set. Porter scrapes the net. Sent down, but kept alive by UTRGV. They throw it toward the corner. Brandt sets up Hagedorn, and that is into the net.
Now serving for UTRGV, number 12, Barbara.
3-point UTRGV advantage. Silva serving. Hagedorn killing.
Now serving for the Roos, number 6, Emma Hagedorn. Correction, number 16, Audrey Grant.
Audrey Grant back to serve for UMKC. Krug, Bukoya. There's Knudsen. Kill number 9 of the day. UTRGV's lead is once again 3.
UTRGV number 8, Tina Sekulic for number 10, Dubrovka Bukoya. Entering number 2, Alicia Watson for number 7, Barbara Dice-Krug. Serving for UTRGV, number 8, Tina Sekulic.
That one is not going to make it over. UTRGV's lead is 4. And UMKC can wait no longer. They must call for time. Out. Hey, you want to show your support for UTRGV in style? Then log on to UTRGVgear.com today. Choose from a large variety of clothing for adults and children, including infants and toddlers. You can even get something for your pet. How about some drinkware, a watch, maybe a duffel bag? It's all there and so much more. Now through November 30th, you can save 10% off all basketball jerseys. You're already on your computer, so open a new browser window and log on to UTRGVgear.com today to get your UTRGV gear right now. And hey, you know, if you're a V Club member, you get 10% off. Just saying is all. $100 donation to student athlete scholarships, and you're saving 10% on merch. That's pretty good. Go UTRGV.com, click on V Club for more information there. Well, UTRGV threatening to pull away from UMKC here in set number 2. Took the first set 28-26 and just one of the best single sets of volleyball I think we've seen from both teams. But now UTRGV has its largest lead of the match at 4 points. They try and take a stranglehold on this match. Of course, even if you go up 2-0, nobody knows better than UMKC that doesn't mean anything. UMKC led 2-0 at first place and still undefeated New Mexico State on Thursday. New Mexico State won the match. Acosta, Sekulic, Watson off the blockers. They're calling 4 hits on UMKC.
Now entering number 15, Emma Dyer. For number 13, Michael Sadler.
UTRGV up by 5, largest lead of the match. Emma Dyer in for Michael Sadler for UMKC. Sekulic serves and serves it out. Brandt serving. Knudsen for Sekulic. Back to Knudsen. She gets stuffed by Harrington, but it goes out. So UTRGV's lead is back to 5, 3 away from taking a 2-0 lead. Porter. Now it's Harrington. Out of the reach of Knudsen. Brianna Starr in for Alicia Harrington for UMKC. Moisture from the court is wiped up and we're ready to go. Starr gets airborne. Mitrovic. Got it.
Now entering for UTRGV, number 12, Barbara Silva. For number 6, Fatima Costa. Serving number 3.
UTRGV 2 points away from taking the second set. Ecker with the serve. Sent back by Mitrovic. Porter through the block. 4-point set. Acosta in for Ecker for UTRGV. Hagedorn and Grant are back in for UMKC. Sekulic to Watson. Silva. Sekulic for Mitrovic, but whistle blown. Double hit. 3-point set. Bromberger serving. Watson on the attack. Mosier. Sekulic with the setup. Watson with the attack and the kill. Set point UTRGV.
Entering for UTRGV, number 10, Dubrovka Bukoya. For number 8, Tina Sekulic. Serving for UTRGV is number 2, Alicia Watson.
And UMKC calls its final timeout of the set, facing set point and needing to win a minimum of 4 straight serves. Hey, do you want to get rewarded for just tweeting, Facebooking, and Instagramming about UTRGV athletics? Maybe get bonus points for checking in at home events? Hey, good news, you can. Download the VFan Rewards app on your smartphone today. It's a free download, and you can earn points to win prizes such as backpacks, hats, shirts, water bottles, and more. If you need more information, make sure you log on to vfanrewards.com. UTRGV and UMKC have some familiarity with each other. I'm not talking about because of the fact they've played each other twice a year for the last 3 years. How about this? UTRGV assistant coach Vinny Bigan and UMKC assistant coach Kalani Rose were teammates on the 2012 Park University NAIA National Championship team. Now Well, they meet again today at the Fieldhouse. It's Rose in his 4th season with UMKC. And Bagan in his 2nd at UTRGV, so they met twice last year too.
Now serving for UTRGV, number 2, Alicia.
Fans get their V's up on set point. Watson back to serve, already with 2 aces today. Silva, Bukoya, Mitrovic. Got it! UTRGV takes a 2-0 lead in the match. Well, we'll take a timeout. Coming up on the halftime report, we'll have your stats as they stand right now. And we're also going to get to better know Joanna Baronchik. You're watching UTRGV Volleyball.
At Church's, get the $4 big box with 2 pieces of mixed chicken plus small mashed potatoes, small coleslaw, and a scratch-made honey butter biscuit for just $4. So hurry in for our $4 big box. We'll make the $5 offers seem like side orders. For the love of chicken.
No, I didn't make that purchase. Someone must have my card number. So I can pick up a new debit card right now? Thank you. All right, everyone, follow me.
But Coach, the gym is that way.
Okay, everyone, do some squats.
Come on. This may take a while. Here's your card.
Thank you.
Instant issue debit cards. Security, convenience, together.
Well, that was fast.
Wells Fargo. Together we'll go far.
Where next? The dentist?
A men's basketball team looking to thrive under a Final Four coach. A women's basketball team that has achieved back-to-back postseason appearances. Are you ready to elevate? Cheer the UTRGV men's and women's basketball teams to victory by getting your season tickets today. For more information, log on to goutrgv.com.
This is the Acura of the RGV point of view.
Find the best way to do things and do it.
Take no shortcuts.
Boring is boring. We don't do boring. Thanks, dear.
Challenge the norm at every level.
Listen to your customers.
Dream big.
This is what smart luxury looks like.
Acura of the RGV in San Juan.
San Juan. What a pretty name for a town. Acura of the RGV. We are not like the other guys.
Back we are at the UTRGV Fieldhouse. Jonah Goldberg with you. The score as it stands is 2-0 UTRGV, 28-26, 25-20 over UMKC. Stats as they are right now, Emma Hagedorn leads UMKC with 9 kills on 12 attacks, 667 hitting, 1 error today. 5 kills for Madison Mosier, 3 blocks. 4 kills each for Sadler and Harrington, 2 for Porter, 1 for Brandt, who has 21 assists. Bromberger with 8 digs. UMKC hitting 271, 271. UTRGV hitting 253. UTRGV led by Ragney Sten-Knudsen, 10 kills, 240 hitting, 4 digs. Rana Mitrovic, 9 kills, 318 hitting, 9 digs. On our way to another double-double. Alicia Watson, 5 kills, then 2 for Ecker, 1 each for Sekulic, who has 13 assists, and Bukoya, who has 12 assists. We give you all these numbers, but the only ones that matter. 25-2-0 UTRGV leads UMKC. It's time for part 2 of our 5-part series featuring the senior class. Today's student athlete in focus is Joanna Baronchik.
Yeah, I'm Asia Baronchik. I'm from Poland, and I'm senior. And I play volleyball here for UTRGV. From Poland, I'm from Jaworzno. It's from south. If somebody knows where is Kraków in Poland, it's the closest, biggest city in Poland. It's completely different than here, for sure. First of all, weather. Now at home it's about 30 degrees. Everybody is complaining, how cold it is, and we're here still summer. Another difference is food, for sure. I love Mexican food, but I miss also Polish food. Polish food is sour. Yeah, we eat sausage, sauerkraut, also potatoes, and I like Polish food, but yeah, Mexican food is for sure better for me. I think I started whenever I was like 9 or 10, yeah. It all started because my older sisters were playing and they had coach, and this coach was supposed to be also mine. And later on, you know, I grew, I'm tall, so they saw potential. I never thought about any other sport. I never actually, you know, practiced any other sport. I think I was just thrown in deep water and just like, let's play. In high school, I knew I would play because in my hometown there is steel club and I can play over there. But I also wanted to go to university, but at home sometimes it's just hard to, you know, combine work, school and volleyball or any other sport. It was one of the days and I just checked my email and I saw the email, that somebody wants to offer me scholarship. I cried. Yeah, because I never expected it. And I remember my mom, she came from work and like we never actually talked about it, and she was like, yeah, it's just one chance in your life, just go. And why not? You know, it's not the end of the world that I'm far away from the family. It's not like I cannot communicate with them. I was on my sophomore year in college and, you know, I knew I would graduate. So whenever I get a chance to graduate from college, I knew I can go to play to D1 school. And my athletic director told me that coach from UTPA, and actually the school is going to be UTRGV, he just came to my practice and he just saw few drills, you know, how we are on the court, and he just offered me full scholarship. It was new life, new everything. I didn't know anybody. I just met coach once. I didn't know any of the girls. I didn't know anything about the school. So whenever I got here, I was a little bit lost. Girls making fun of me, but I was, you know, shy. I didn't say much because I just had to adjust. But later on, it was fine. I saw that, you know, 80% of my team is also international. So I think that's how it clicked with us. It was fun. It was, you know, everybody was new, and I think we will all have had to get to each other, not about volleyball, but also our personalities. My team is full of strong personalities, so we weren't working only on volleyball, we were working also on like how to talk to each other, how to, you know, be around each other. We went through pretty hard preseason. I mean, we started good, but you know, towards like whenever games were going, we were just like on and off. And I'm just glad that we finished season as we finished. Of course, I wish we went to nationals, but no. The good point is nobody expected from us anything actually. And we surprised everybody, we surprised the school, we surprised coach, and we surprised for sure ourselves that the whole stuff we've been through, we could still go and play and just lost in semi-finals, which is sad part, but at the same time, I think that it's really good as for a first, you know, season for UTRGV. Coming to new season, everybody set, you know, high expectations, of course. And whenever we saw that we were ranked 6th, we were pretty disappointed, but at the same time, we're like, you know what? We can be 6th, and at the same time, we can just show that it's not fair and, you know, that they made the wrong decision. And that's how we started pretty good season. Like our preseason, you know, we beat Baylor, we played pretty good teams like Texas Tech, even though we lost. It was really good game, you know, playing Corpus Christi and some other teams. Nobody expected it from us, and that's what we want, you know, just to surprise everybody.
Our thanks to Michael Aguilar for putting that story together. UTRGV up 2-0. Let's take another break. When we come back, time for the third set. You're watching UTRGV Volleyball. UTRGV Volleyball wraps up its first lap around the WAC today when it...
No, I didn't make that purchase. Someone must have my card number. So I can pick up a new debit card right now? Thank you. All right, everyone, follow me.
But coach, the gym is that way.
Okay, everyone, do some squats.
Come on. This may take a while.
Here's your card.
Thank you.
Instant issue debit cards. Security, convenience, together.
Well, that was fast.
Wells Fargo. Together we'll go far.
Where next? The dentist?
A men's basketball team looking to thrive under a Final Four coach. A women's basketball team that has achieved back-to-back postseason appearances. Are you ready to elevate? Cheer the UTRGV men's and women's basketball teams to victory by getting your season tickets today. For more information, log on to GoUTRGV.com.
At Churches, get the $4 big box with 2 pieces of mixed chicken plus small mashed potatoes, small coleslaw, and a scratch-made honey butter biscuit for just $4. So hurry in for our $4 big box. We'll make the $5 offers seem like side orders. For the love of
Set
chicken.
number 3, and Ragni Sten Knudsen with an immediate kill to put UTRGV up 1-0. UTRGV leads the match 2-0, 28-26, 25-20. Set number 3, UTRGV on the right in orange, UMKC on the left in blue. A Sekulic kill puts UTRGV up 2-0. Sekulic back to serve. Dacosta giving chase. Now it's Knudsen. Down it goes. Bromberg back to Bromberg are no longer the libero for UMKC. They've made a change there. As the libero is now Brianna Starr, who started at libero against New Mexico State on Thursday. Knudsen with the jump float. Starr. Now it's Porter. Hits it out. And UTRGV leads 4-1. Ecker. 5-1 UTRGV out of the gate. And UMKC calls for timeout. We'll step aside. 5-1 UTRGV. You're watching UTRGV Volleyball.
A men's basketball team looking to thrive under a Final Four coach. A women's basketball team that has achieved back-to-back postseason appearances. Are you ready to elevate? Cheer the UTRGV men's and women's basketball teams to victory by getting your season tickets today. For more information, log on to GoUTRGV.com.
No, I didn't make that purchase. Someone must have my card number. So I can pick up a new debit card right now? Thank you. All right, everyone, follow me.
But Coach, the gym is that way.
Okay, everyone, do some squats.
Come on. This may take a while.
Here's your card.
Thank you.
Instant issue debit cards. Security, convenience, together.
Well, that was fast.
Wells Fargo. Together we'll go far.
Where next? The dentist?
Back we are at the UTRGV Fieldhouse. Jonah Goldberg with you in set number 3. UTRGV has come out on fire with a 4-1 lead. 2 kills by Knudsen, 1 by Sekulic, 1 by Ecker. An attack error by UMKC as well. And a Mosier kill to get them their point. And Watson with the block. 6-1. A 5-point lead ties for UTRGV's largest of the match. Coach Lowry permits himself a smile on the sideline. Da Costa with the dive, but nobody there to bring it up. So UMKC gets the serve back. Star heads back to serve. Watson, got it. Silva in for Da Costa. UTRGV up 7-2. Ecker serving. Goes to the back row. A little confusion in the backcourt. You saw a few UMKC players bumping into each other. Mitrovic forces it over to the side. Porter keeps it up. Now Porter on the attack. Sekulic. Ecker. Watson. That one comes down from Hagedorn. Makes it a 4-point set. Sekulic with the setup. Watson on the attack. Got it. 8-3 UTRGV. Again, a 5-point lead.
Now serving for UTRGV, number 2, Alicia Watson.
Watson back to serve. 2 aces today, 7 kills as well. Coach Posey having words with the down official, and Kalen Brand went over to say something to the up official. Back row attack. Da Costa, Bukoya, Mitrovic off the blockers and out. 6-point lead, it's the largest of the match. That's not coming back. It's 10-3.
Now serving for UTRGV, number 2, Alicia Watson.
Star forces it over. Watson, Bukoya. Double hit. Back-to-back points for UMKC. Bukoya, Mitrovic, through the block and down.
Now serving for UTRGV, number 23, Boyana Mitrovic.
Now after the kill, Mitrovic back to serve. Mitrovic with her 7th double-double of the season, 11 kills, 11 digs. Knudsen forces it down. 14 kills for Knudsen. That one goes out. UMKC regains the serve.
Now serving for the Rouge, number 6, Emma Hagedorn.
Bukoya, Knudsen. Just out. UMKC within 5. Krug, Silva, Knudsen. Forced forward, the attack from the middle, Sadler gets it down. And don't look now, UMKC pulled within 4. UTRGV was up 6, they were up 7. About 3 in a row for UMKC. Knudsen on the attack, and it's sent right back to Costa. Bakoya, Knudsen again. Got it.
Now serving for UTRGV, number 12, Barbara Silva.
Silva, Bakoya, Knudsen. Popped back by Spiegel. Thrown over from Harrington, a long run, and nobody's getting there. 4-point set. Madison Mosier in for Reagan Spiegel. Brandt serves, Krug. And that's Knudsen. Served out. 14-9 UTRGV.
Now entering for UTRGV, number 18 is Sikulis, for number 10, Dubrovka Bukoya. Number 2, Alicia Watson, for number 7, Barbara Kais-Krug. Serving number 18, Sikulis.
Attack from the outside, Da Costa dives but can't keep it up. Give the kill to Mosier. Sekulic, Ecker punches it forward. And that is another point for UTRGV. It's 15-10.
Serving for UTRGV, number 1, Ragnhild Steen Knudsen.
Mitrovic throws it down. 16-10, 12 kills for Mitrovic. Into the net. And UTRGV again threatening to run away, so UMKC uses its final time out. Well, if you need tickets for an upcoming UTRGV soccer or volleyball match, maybe season tickets for upcoming basketball season, hey, you should log on to utrgvtickets.com today to reserve your favorite seats. Well, UTRGV upset. They're dancing in the huddle during the timeout. I love it. I don't think anybody has more fun than this team. You know, you're up 7, you're threatening to sweep UMKC, and you're still able, you keep it light. And UTRGV has done a great job of doing that all season. They've been able to combine having fun with having that killer instinct. Still dancing coming out of the huddle. They make it so much fun to watch. And it's not just because they're good, although that helps. They're having fun. It's contagious. And UTRGV is 8 points away from completing a sweep. And they have a 7-point lead over UMKC. Still dancing. And now serious. As Ragni Sten-Knudsen heads back to serve. That's 4 hits. UTRGV is now closer to match point than they are to UMKC. Out it goes. 19-10 UTRGV. Into the net.
Now entering for the Rouge, number 6, Emma Hagedorn. Number 13, Agnes Sagna. Serving, number 17, Brianna Starr.
That one's not going to be returned. A little moisture on the floor. UTRGV heads over to mop it up. After this, UTRGV hits the road for 3. 2 conference matches and a non-conference match. Next weekend at Seattle and then Utah Valley, and then the following midweek, I think that's a Tuesday, they head to Incarnate Word before coming back home to host CSU Bakersfield and Grand Canyon. That's October 27th and 29th. Watson tosses it over. And UTRGV has a 20-12 lead. And a block by Silva. You know, for Silva, that's her first block of the day. She's approaching a record. Silva, that was her 101st block of the season. She already has the freshman program D1 record. But she's closing in on the it doesn't matter what class you are record. Back-to-back blocks for Silva. She now has 102 blocks. That puts her into 3rd place all by her. Actually, no, tied for 2nd place all by with Daniel Holt from 2003. The leader is Lisa Yanez, 138.96. I'll take a little longer, but Silva could break that record this year. There's block number 3. Silva's alone in 2nd place in NCAA D1 program history and career blocks, or not single season blocks, I should say. Career blocks, that'd be something. UTRGV's 2 points away. 3 straight Silva blocks. Last one assisted with Mitrovic. Rouge get that point.
Number 1, Reagan Spiegel. Number 10, Madison Mosley. Serving, number 1, Spiegel.
Spiegel serving for UMKC. Mitrovic. Sekulic for Mitrovic. Attack from Porter into the net, and UTRGV has set point.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have Porter Visa. Now serving for UTRGV.
Match point for UTRGV. Vakoya dumps it over! UTRGV completes the sweep to beat UMKC 3-0. UTRGV sweeps the homestand. They're now 6-0 at home, tied for the best home start in the NCAA D1 history of the program. 5 conference wins is the most ever in the NCAA D1 history of the program. And UTRGV now has 15 wins, their most as a D1 program since 1997. Let's take a look at some of the final numbers. UMKC led by Emma Hagedorn, 12 kills on 625 hitting, 2 blocks. 8 for Madison Mosier with 3 blocks. 5 each for Harrington and Sadler, 2 for Porter, 1 for Brandt with 27 assists, 8 digs each, Spiegel and Bromberger. UMKC hit 186, UTRGV hit 324. UTRGV led by Ragni Stenkanutsen, 15 kills, 278 hitting, 12 kills, 12 digs, 357 hitting, a couple aces for Bojana Mitrovic. 9 kills, 3 aces, 2 blocks for Watson. 3 kills for Ecker. 2 each for Sekulic, who had 17 assists and 10 digs for the double-double. Silva, who had those 3 blocks at the end. And Vakoya, who had 15 assists. Give you all these numbers, but the only ones that matter. 3-0, UTRGV beats UMKC. UTRGV will be back in action on Thursday as they head to Seattle U. 7 p.m. Central Time start, 5 p.m. local. And we'll have the links up to how to follow that match over at goutrgv.com. UTRGV 15-7, 5-2 in the WAC. UMKC 10-10, 3-4 in the WAC. That'll do it for us from UTRGV Fieldhouse. I'd like to thank everybody out there for tuning in. This has been a presentation of UTRGV Volleyball. For more information, log on, goutrgv.com. Want to reach us, send an email. Contact info is on the website under Athletics. Click on Staff Directory. But for now, for my partner in crime, who's not here today, Brian Smith, I'm going to give him a shout-out anyway. Force of habit, folks. The entire production crew, and of course Jack Fallow, wherever you are. This is Jonah Goldberg saying good day from the UTRGV Fieldhouse. UTRGV sweeps UMKC.
We strive to achieve excellence through determination and hard work.
We are committed to learning from those around us,
our professors and peers,
our coaches and teammates,
and our opponents.
We compete with integrity and passion.
And we seize our moment when the opportunity arises.
We take pride in our communities.
And believe that we can inspire others
just as they can inspire us.
We may wear different colors, but we share the same purpose. We learn, we compete, we inspire.
We are
the Western Athletic Conference.
On the field,
in the pool,
on the court.
We wear our game faces under the lights.
But sometimes our toughest opponents aren't wearing a uniform.
Instead, we confront them internally.
Mental illness affects 1 in 4 adults in the United States.
Suicide is the second leading cause of death among college students.
If you or someone you know is fighting a silent battle, please speak up and ask for help.
You are not alone.